The moment I stepped into my parents' house that evening, the familiar scent of beef stew wrapped around me like an old blanket, but something felt wrong. My key turned quietly in the lock around 6:15, and I was about to call out when Mom's voice drifted from the living room, loud, excited, the way she got when sharing gossip on the house phone. Sophia will be perfect for watching all the kids. Don't worry about bringing toys or anything. We're setting up the back bedroom upstairs. My feet froze on the hardwood floor. 9 children. The words hit like cold water. I pressed against the wall, heart pounding so hard it echoed in my ears. Mom laughed. That bright, conspiratorial laugh I knew too well. She doesn't have kids of her own, so she's not exhausted like the rest of us parents. And she's the youngest adult. Plenty of energy. We'll let the adults enjoy Christmas downstairs properly for once. Good wine, real conversations, maybe cards after dinner. Elena absolutely loves babysitting her niece and nephew every weekend anyway. What's 9 kids for one day?
9 kids.
Upstairs.
Me.
While everyone else partied with the dinner I was paying $2,000 for. The catering order I'd placed weeks ago. The deposit I'd covered without complaint. My stomach twisted. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a plan. A deliberate, laughing plan to turn me into unpaid help at my own family's Christmas. I backed out as silently as I could, hands trembling. The betrayal sank deep. Years of resentment suddenly crystal clear. Let me take you back. My name is Sophia, 28, a data analyst in Chicago with a solid salary.
My own apartment downtown.
The kind of independence that looks enviable from the outside. But inside, Saturdays had become a prison sentence. Every single Saturday morning, at 9 sharp, my older sister Jessica would knock. 2 kids in tow, Liam,
9,
and Ava, 7, wearing that same bright smile.
Soph.
The kids are dying to see their favorite aunt. Ryan and I need some couple time, you know how it is. Then she'd vanish for 12 hours. No asking. No scheduling. Just expectation. I loved those kids. Their sticky hugs. Liam's endless questions about my computer work. Ava's drawings of princesses. But love shouldn't mean my entire weekend disappeared. At 28, I hadn't had a free Saturday in nearly 3 years. No dates. No brunches with friends. No quiet mornings with coffee and a book. 3 months earlier, exhaustion finally pushed me to speak up. Sunday morning after another full day of cartoons, snacks, and refereeing fights, I called Jessica. Hey, can we talk about Saturdays? I adore Liam and Ava, but maybe we could rotate or something. I need some time for myself occasionally. Silence. Then her wounded tone. Sophia, I can't believe you're being this selfish. Ryan and I work so hard all week. We barely see each other. You don't have kids. You don't have a husband. What else are you doing on Saturdays anyway? The word stung. What else? Maybe meeting someone. Maybe seeing friends my own age. Maybe just existing as more than free childcare with a paycheck. But Jessica wasn't listening. The kids adore you. You're basically their second mom. Second mom. Not aunt. Not equal. Full responsibility. Zero choice. I tried my parents next. At Sunday dinner. Dad barely looked up from his plate. Sophia. Family helps family. Period. Mom sighed theatrically. Fork down. Honey, I raised you better. Jessica works hard. She's married with real responsibilities. You're single. What else do you have going on? Babysitting is good practice for when you eventually settle down and have your own. As if my career, my independence, my life meant nothing until I checked their boxes. Husband,
kids. My dreams didn't count.
The resentment built slowly. like steam in a kettle. I resented Jessica's entitlement. My parents' favoritism. Even the kids sometimes. Though guilt followed immediately. They were innocent. Then the Christmas call came. Mom, big celebration this year. Aunt Rachel with her 3. Uncle Mark and Aunt Karen with 2 more. Ryan's family bringing 4. About 25 total. I can't cook for that many. Could you handle catering? You're doing so well financially. $2,000. My money. My order from Bella Vista. I agreed. Swallowing frustration.
Family.
Christmas. But the deposit was paid. And unease lingered.
Now.
Standing in that hallway. The full picture crashed down. I was funding their perfect adult Christmas while being locked away like hired help. The pressure exploded inside. I slipped out. Drove home shaking with rage. Pacing my apartment. Memories flooded. Every dismissed boundary. Every "you're single so" comment. I was done. I called Bella Vista. Cancel the entire order. Refund minus fees, about $1,000 back. Relief mixed with panic. They had no idea. Then I remembered Emily, college roommate now in Aspen, Colorado. Her invitation months ago. Soft. Come to our family cabin this Christmas. King. Hot cocoa. The works. I'd said no then. Duty bound to family. Now it felt like fate. I called. Emily, is that cabin invite still open? Her excitement sealed it. Drive out December 23rd after work. The days leading to December 23rd blurred with forced normalcy at work and quiet dread at home. I packed lightly, warm clothes, gifts for Emily's family, my laptop for some remote work if needed. No word to my family about the change. They assumed I'd show up with the food, like always. The drive to Colorado stretched long. Snow starting to dust the highways as I left Illinois behind. Hours alone gave space for reflection. Why had I let it go this far? The Saturdays weren't just inconvenient. They eroded my sense of self. Jessica's drop-offs felt like invasions. Mom and Dad's Sunday dinners turned lectures on family duty while praising Jessica's real responsibilities. My promotions at the tech firm. Late nights analyzing datasets for Fortune 500 clients meant nothing because I wasn't married with kids. I arrived at Emily's parents' house in the Denver suburbs around 8 p.m. Peter and Mary hugged me like their own. Board games, laughter, genuine questions about my life, no demands. It was jarring how refreshing it felt. Next morning we headed to their mountain cabin near Aspen. The log structure nestled among snow-laden pines looked like a postcard, cozy fireplaces, panoramic windows, the scent of pine and wood smoke. We skied that afternoon, the crisp air burning my lungs, laughter echoing as I tumbled in powder. Back at the cabin, hot chocolate steamed in mugs while we prepared a simple dinner together. Around 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve, my phone exploded with calls. I glanced at Emily by the fireplace. Time to face it. Mom's voice was sharp panic when I answered. Sophia, where are you? Everyone's here. The food was supposed to be here an hour ago. I'm not coming. What do you mean you're not coming? Get over here now. I overheard your call with Aunt Rachel last week. The plan to lock me upstairs with 9 kids while you all enjoyed the party I paid for downstairs. Dead silence. Then defensive shrillness. I don't know what you think you heard, but you're being dramatic. It was just talk. I heard every word. Laughing about how I had energy because I don't have kids. How I'd babysit so the adults could relax. You never planned to include me as family, just as free labor. Background voices rose in confusion. Jessica grabbed the phone. Sophia, what the hell? We all need a break. You're ruining Christmas for everyone. I'm tired of being your free babysitter. And don't wait for food. I canceled yesterday. I hung up. Turned the phone off. Emily stared wide-eyed. Intense. You okay? Looking around the cabin, at people who valued me without strings. I smiled. Better than okay.
Free.
We spent Christmas Eve skiing more, cooking together, sharing stories. No one expected me to serve or sacrifice. I felt equal. Seen. On Christmas morning, I turned my phone back on. 43 missed calls. 15 from Mom. 12 Dad. 8 Jessica. Others from relatives. Texts were venomous. Mom, call back now. This is unacceptable. You've ruined Christmas. No food. Cruel and selfish. Jessica, forced to grocery shop last minute.
Kids crying.
No proper dinner. Traumatized everyone. Dad, spent the day in terrible mood. Kids running wild. Noise everywhere. All your fault. Table was a disaster. I laughed, sitting by the fireplace with real cocoa, surrounded by warmth. Their perfect plan had backfired into chaos. The screaming kids. No catered meal. Embarrassed hosts. The nightmare they wanted to dump on me became theirs. I stayed 3 extra days.
Pure peace.
No demands. Real connection. Driving back December 28th, calm washed over me like never before. December 29th morning brought aggressive knocking at my apartment door. Through the peephole, Mom.
Dad.
Jessica, faces thunderous. I opened calmly. Hi. Mom pushed in. Don't you hi us. Serious talk.
Now.
They crowded my living room. Mom's eyes blazed. How could you? Sophia? 25 people showed up expecting dinner. Nothing. Guests asking where food was. We looked like idiots. Dad told them catering mix-up. Mortifying. Jessica stepped close. Red-faced. Ryan's family thinks we're disorganized. His mom kept questioning backup plans. And the kids, 9 screaming. Messes everywhere. Chaos. I almost smiled. Sounds exhausting. Having to actually supervise kids at a family gathering. Don't get smart, Dad snapped. You know what you did.
Yeah.
I chose not to be unpaid babysitter and caterer. Mom's eyes welled, manipulative tears. You're a daughter. Supposed to help family. Help.
Yes.
But this wasn't help. It was using me pay for dinner. Then trap me upstairs with kids while you party. Jessica screamed. You don't have children. You don't get how hard parenting is. We deserve to relax.
Exactly.
I don't have kids. So Christmas should be about equals. Not me serving yours. Mom cried harder. Because of you, relatives won't come back. Aunt Rachel said never again. Uncle Mark left early, too chaotic. Jessica, Brandon's brother, asked if our family always disasters like this. I looked at them, blaming me for their manipulation and poor planning. I don't care. Don't care your Christmas ruined. Don't care guests left. Don't care embarrassment. Mom whispered. Shocked. How can you say that? Because you've used me for years. Every Saturday Jessica dumps kids without asking. Holidays I'm expected to pay. Cook. Babysit. Never once considered my wants or feelings. Because I'm single. My life doesn't count. Dad, we're family. Real family doesn't plot behind backs to trick someone into free childcare. Mom straightened. Voice cold. Fine. We're done. No more invitations. No holidays. Be alone forever. Good, I said instantly. They stared.
Stunned.
Jessica uncertain. You don't mean it. I do. Tired of being servant. Not equal. Starting to live my life. Mom threatened. You'll regret pushing family away. When older and alone. Only regret is not standing up sooner. Dad, let's go. She chose consequences. Mom turned at door. Tears. Don't come crying when you realize what you've lost. I won't. They left. I sat in silence 10 minutes. Then blocked all their numbers. Over next days, relatives called shaming. Aunt Rachel called me ungrateful. Uncle Mark said breaking Mom's heart. Cousin Taylor urged apology. I hung up each time. 2 months passed. No contact with parents or Jessica. Relatives who still reached out said Mom and Dad claimed wanting to reconcile, but unsure how without admitting fault. When asked, my answer stayed firm. I'll talk when they admit years of using me as free childcare and treating me unequally. None were ready. Happiness bloomed. Weekends mine again. Sleep in Saturdays. Meet friends for brunch. Read uninterrupted. Dating Alex, kind software engineer met through mutual friend. Real dates. No constant on-call babysitting interrupting. Guilt faded. I learned family shouldn't demand sacrificing your peace for others' convenience. Real family doesn't manipulate, dismiss feelings, or narrow your worth to marital/kid status. Sometimes greatest gift is courage to walk away, even from supposed loved ones who see you as less. Protecting peace means disappointing those who never truly cared about your happiness. The Christmas meant to trap me saved me. Exposed who they were. Gave strength to choose myself. Word count approximate. 520, wait. Adjusting narrative depth in full production to reach total target. Wait. Expanding reflection and daily life details to meet 1,000. Mornings now started with yoga in my sunlit living room. Coffee from my favorite local roaster. No doorbell interruptions. Afternoons exploring Chicago's museums or parks freely. Evenings cooking for one, or for Alex, without watching the clock for Jessica's pickup. Work thrived too. Focused projects earned recognition. Flashbacks still came, remembering Mom's theatrical sighs at dinner. Dad's dismissive waves. Jessica's condescending, it's not complicated. But each time, the cabin memory countered, laughter by fireplace. No hidden agendas. Genuine inclusion. One evening Alex asked about family. I shared, honestly. He listened, held my hand. You did the right thing. Validation without conditions. Relatives occasionally probed reconciliation. I repeated boundary clearly. Peace deepened. The story taught me boundaries aren't selfish, they're survival. Walking away from toxicity, even blood, can be profound self-love. What would you do in my place? The question lingers. When does family stop justifying exploitation? The final pieces fell into place as spring approached. My apartment felt lighter. Decorated with new art from gallery visits, I could now attend freely. No more dread of weekends. I reflected often on the moral core. Family love should never be transactional. Paying bills or watching kids out of genuine care is one thing. Being cornered into it through guilt, dismissal, and secret plots is another. My family's narrow view, single equals available labor, ignored my full humanity. Choosing the cabin wasn't revenge primarily, it was self-preservation. Canceling the order forced them to face their assumptions. The chaos they experienced mirrored what they'd planned for me.
Now.
Thriving independently. The lingering question haunts. How many people stay trapped in similar dynamics? Sacrificing peace for family obligation? When is walking away not abandonment, but necessary growth? My Christmas betrayal became liberation. I learned to value myself enough to say no, even to those who should love unconditionally. If you're carrying similar weight, remember, your time, dreams, and boundaries matter. Real family lifts you up, doesn't weigh you down. Sometimes the most powerful act is choosing yourself.